Hey there, welcome back to the pod. Today we're going to talk about the big splash the Blazers made at the trade deadline, the only real move of note. They picked up Delano Banton from the Boston Celtics, and it's a move that's actually looked not that bad. Not as bad as we were memeing it to be when it first happened. We were kind of laughing about the lack of name recognition there. And I don't think any of us really knew who he was. But in his 8 games with the Blazers so far, he's averaging 10 points, pretty decent. Shooting 45%, and he is a big guard, which is not something the Blazers have had too many of in recent memory. 6'8", looks real lanky and springy and effective around the hoop. He had that offensive rebound putback in the game the other night down the stretch. And yeah, he actually looks like a pretty decent pickup. Might be a piece. Is he a piece? Is he a piece moving forward? Colton, what do you think?
I think that trading a late top 55 protected second round pick is a no-brainer. Top 55 protected, are you kidding me? I mean, you could get a Jabari Walker with that, I guess. That's if the Blazers are a top 5 team in the league, mind you. So I just want to say if you go in and you take out, he played 5 minutes against Miami. I don't know why he didn't get very much run in that game. You take that game out and go down his stats. I mean, they look solid. Not too crazy on the assist side of things, but when you're playing 20 minutes per game or whatever on a new team or less than 20 minutes per game, just the impact that he's had has been pretty impressive in my opinion. Like you said, a guard with size. He's got good body control, it seems, going to the rim. But if you were going to build a three guard lineup, right? And let's because on this podcast, no, not a three guard lineup, a three guard rotation. Sorry,
We need to
that's
rename this podcast the three guard
the three
lineup.
guard lineup.
Why
So
haven't we
no,
done
no,
that
no.
yet? That's
Okay,
perfect.
so instead of doing that, let's do a three guard rotation. You would want one that's good at one thing, one that's good at one thing, one that's good at one thing, right? You'd want them all to have different skill sets, which is not something we've seen. Let's say in the future, let's just say, for example, Scoot, Shaden, and not Ant. I'm just saying this as an example, and Banton. Okay. Let's say Sharp's 3 point shooting continues to grow. I think that having Scoot be your assist guy, your dimer guy, and then he can play with Banton. Banton comes in with the size, or Banton can play with Shaden and have a jumbo backcourt. I want to tell you the guy that Banton can kind of model his game after. That would be kind of a crazy thing, in my opinion, with body a guard with size and body control. Sean Livingston post knee injury. I think if he could be a poor man's or kind of similar Sean Livingston player, which, like I said, big guard with body control, that's a win. And I think you got to see what he can provide next season when there's actually guys around him because I think he's at least produced. He produced in crunch time last game in only 13 minutes. He made an immediate impact in overtime. The game before against Memphis, he was the leading scorer. He also had 7 rebounds, a steal, 2 blocks. Playing with bums out here, I mean, I don't know. I really like the move. I think he could be a piece. I mean, obviously, you never know in these games that aren't competitive, right? But it's a good pickup to see what you got with the guy. He's a big guard with size. We're not used to that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of couch this whole thing in the fact that we got him for basically nothing. I mean, that's really an important piece of this. So you can't say that it was a bad move or that it was a bad deal. I don't think it was. I think it was fine. And he has surprised me with some of his scoring and just size abilities. He looks big out there. He looks strong. He looks like he's springy. Um,
Rebound.
there's yeah, his rebounding as a guard is pretty immaculate. One thing that concerns me, you kind of touched on it with the assists. His assist numbers aren't that great, and his turnover numbers aren't that great. His assist to turnover ratio generally is pretty poor, which normally that's something that you hope improves with age, but he's not really young enough to quite pull that off. He's like 24. You would hope that that would already be a
More
little bit better.
experience though, rather than age. I mean, he clearly has very little experience.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not like knocking on him or anything, but just in terms of things he needs to work on, it's just maybe slowing down a little bit. At least when he has the ball and he's trying to make decisions. I don't know if he's going to develop into an incredible decision maker. He doesn't necessarily give me that feeling. He gives me the feeling of more of a super athletic, lanky guard. And at 6'8", a guard, that's incredible for the Blazers. That's something we've been asking for years. So at this point, development piece, I'd be interested to see how he grows, how he develops. I don't think that he's an important part of our future that we seriously need to take into consideration right now. If there's a move to be made and someone wants him, I'd throw him in because he has shown some value already. So maybe he could be a piece that someone would be interested in. But definitely excited to see how he develops.
I don't know if he's gonna get this chance, just because of his status and his lack of really having a chance in the past. But I think that some of those assist worries might be alleviated if he starts to, get some continuity. I mean, he's hardly played with these guys. He's just getting involved in the system.
Or shooters.
Yeah, getting shooters around him. So I think a lot of assists are one of those numbers that's, your teammate has to make the shot when you pass it to him, otherwise you're not getting the assist. So I think some of those concerns aren't necessarily super founded, but I really like the look of his, like you said, his body control. He looks very athletic, very in control for being so big. He honestly kind of has like Jeremy Grant vibes. He kind of looks like, as far as his body and his body control, it kind of reminds me of some of that. And if we could get something like that, but what, probably 8 years younger, or not eight, but 5-ish years younger, and on a cheaper contract because everything's cheaper than Jeremy Grant's contract, then he could be a piece moving forward for the Blazers. I hope that he gets that chance next year to mesh with the guys and build a real rotation, like you were saying. Get some playing time with Scoot, get some playing time with Shaden. It could be fun to see a 3 guard lineup of that
3 guard
variety.
rotation. At least he's 6'8". I just want to say, checking in tonight, 12 minutes played so far, and we're in the second quarter against the Timberwolves at this point. He's got 8 points on 3 of 7 and 4 rebounds, but in 12
Wow.
minutes. I mean, that's fine with me, out
Seems
there.
like he's trending upward.
Yep. So I don't know. I'm just saying he's been pretty consistent when he's got solid minutes for not ever really playing on Boston, is what I'm saying, for coming over for a late pick like that. So I'm interested, intrigued. I think we need to take a deeper look at him.
0
Agreed.
assists, 1 turnover.
Let us know in the comments down below if you think that Delano Banton could be a piece moving forward for the Blazers, or if he'll make a rotation in the NBA, make a real career out of it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.